Hey, what is up, lovelies? It is Lonely Gacha Goblin, and we are going to be talking about some very exciting news. So, you remember how last year we had the whole roadmap drop pretty much around this time, talking about what we're, supposed to get and all of these different things. And a lot of those became very accurate as to what we actually received. So this schedule has again dropped for not only the ending of 2025, but the whole year of 2026 and the beginning of 2027. Now, huge disclaimer, the farther this schedule is, the more inaccurate it becomes, as we've seen with 2025 schedule. Once it came towards October, November, December, the schedule got a little bit wonky. It was still mostly correct in terms of the content that was being released, but the timing was a little bit off. So let's keep that in mind looking into this schedule here. So I was sent this by multiple people. It was also discussed at length by my mods in my mods channel on my Discord. But however, the link to the original post was deleted. The OP deleted the post, and we all now have just some screenshots that we're working off of. So we're gonna go over these screenshots, and hopefully something here is correct. Also, very interestingly enough, when we're looking at this schedule, it doesn't imply any time or schedule or anything of a new love interest being introduced. So that is very interesting. There are some hypotheses and some theories of some people's, including my mods, which is really interesting, that we may be lacking main story content because Infold still needs to introduce a new love interest, which, I mean, I may be explaining this incorrectly, and like, guys, my mods, I'm talking to you. If you want to explain yourself down in the comments below, go ahead. I'll pin your comment. But they're basically saying like there's no progression in the main story because nothing has really pushed forward in terms of like Ever and stuff. And if you want to know more about Ever, then we may need a love interest who is connected to Ever, but this is like a topic for a different video. But let's go ahead and look at the schedule here. So October 10 until the 18th, we have the multi-banner, which is currently running right now, and then we have a Caleb solo coming up, then we have a Raphael solo coming up, then Silas's new myth in December. So this is really interesting because from a previous schedule that we've had, we saw that Silas's new myth actually starts in the beginning of the month, not the middle of the month. I would say like the 14th towards the 28th is pretty much like middle to the end of the month. So it's interesting to see that this is saying it's going to be at the end of the month. I believe the previous schedule was saying that it was going to happen like the first week of December or something. And then after that, we're going to get the first round of solo cards. And this one is only saying Raphael Firework Vow, so possibly it's not going to be run like a Pulse Hunt banner where you're going to have all of the solo cards for all of the love interests, which would be very nice because that would mean that we can actually save diamonds and pulls, because if it's run like the Pulse Hunt banner, it would basically feel like another multi-banner, and the Pulse Hunt banner back then did not have any sort of precise wish. What is the Pulse Hunt banner? Basically, it was a banner that was released whenever there was a new love interest introduced into the game, because the standard cards for all of the love interests are in the standard banner, right? And then they're going to add 4 or 3 new standard cards into the standard banner, meaning that it would be much more difficult for you to collect the standard cards in the standard banner. So they created the Pulse Hunt banner for you to select whichever standard 5-star memories you wanted, and then that would be like the Pulse Hunt banner. You're basically pulling for standard banner cards, and if you want the new love interest, it would be in there. Whew, that was a lot of explanation. Hopefully that made sense. But that is the Pulse Hunt banner. If that explanation didn't satisfy your craving things for knowledge, go ahead and click something in my channel because I have a video on that topic. just search up Pulse Hunt banner. It'll show up. And then we also have here the anniversary celebration, which is a multi-banner, which is going to happen from the 7th until the 28th of January, which is quite interesting. The anniversary of the game, I believe, is the 18th or the 19th. I could be wrong on that, but it's a 10th. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to have, after that, the Caleb rerun for his myth, which is very exciting. And then we're gonna have the Chinese Valentine's Day multi-banner come out. I'm really hoping for something nice. There. I would love if the anniversary mixed pool is going to be something in relation to like the what's it called? Ancient Chinese, stuff or whatever. I don't care. Like, this is the one time I'm gonna say that I don't even want any spice in it. I just want the stories to be good for all of the love interests. If they're going to do ancient Chinese, they should like full send into that whole thing. I would love to see like the whole like Mongolian aspect for Silas, and I want to see what they're gonna do with like Caleb and all of these different things. I think will be really, really fun. Okay, and then after we have the Chinese Valentine's Day multi-banner, we're going to have Raphael's birthday and of course the rerun from this year. Then we're going to have a multi-banner rerun, which is the Lingering Gaze. This is the second multi-banner that was ever released in the game, which is quite nice. We're going to have, it looks like, a lot of reruns. Everybody said that 2026 is going to be the year of reruns. So if you are new, lovely into this game, good luck. It's gonna be one hell of a ride for you. But anybody who's been in this game for a while now and doesn't need to necessarily pull on different kinds of cards, you and I are on the same boat, and we're going to be able to breeze through this year and hopefully be able to save up on some diamonds. Alright, so then we're gonna have Lingering Gaze, multi-banner rerun, then Xavier solo, Caleb solo. As you can see, I feel like Caleb is going to be a little bit more present in this year. He's going to have a little bit more solo banners here and there, which is very nice. And then we're going to have Silas's birthday and his rerun. Then we have Raphael Myth rerun. So this is going to be his mermaid rerun. It will not be his other one. It will be his mermaid rerun. And then we're going to have a multi-banner, which is not named as anything. There is no theme to this multi-banner. It is a blank slate. Then we're going to have the second solo rerun for Silas No Defense Zone, which is very interesting that they're doing No Defense Zone here because previously the solo rerun was Raphael's Firework Vow, so I would expect that this rerun is going to be something like Zane's or Xavier's, but I guess not. I guess they're going to jump right into Silas's? Question mark? Who knows? Maybe... I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Then we have Zane's solo coming up next. Then we have Caleb's birthday and then the rerun from this year, of course. Then we have multi-rerun Entwined Shadows. Oh my god, guys. Look, if you did not... I'm gonna hype this up and my mods are gonna laugh at me, but if you did not get Entwined Shadows, which was their first kiss, the OG3's first kiss, the first multi-banner I experienced before Silas entered the game, this is one of my favorite multi-banners, okay? It was so momentous, especially if you are a Zane girly, because we saw a different side of Zane in this one. And it was spicy, and it was intense, and it was just like super needy and like desperate and like perfect and like, oh, and I'm sorry. And then you also had Raphael's, where you're in like the woods. Were you in the woods or like a park or something like that? And I know that what's it called? Xavier's was also very sweet. I was able to get Xavier's card and also Zane's card using my like multiple accounts at the time because I wasn't really spending any money. So I was definitely free to play and I was really trying to get all of their cards. I failed at getting Raphael's card, but Xavier's card, the cherry kiss and something like that. It felt innocent and yet also teasing. It was the perfect. I wish the intensity and the teasing and the build up was the same as the current multi-banners now, but it was just peak. Okay, Entwined Shadow was peak. Anyway, my personal opinion is that you should experience those cards on YouTube and pull for them if you would like to. Continuing on, that's my professional opinion, guys. Okay, so then this is part 2 of the schedule for next year, which is very interesting. So then now we have Xavier's Myth rerun, and then we're going to have Silas's solo, and then a multi-rerun Misty Invasion. Now I know a lot of people are going to go crazy for this one. So we're going to have a rerun, and then we're going to have a rerun, which is kind of crazy to think about since these are only 1 week long, and then solo is 1 week long. It's gonna be back to back to back, guys. It's gonna be back to back to back. And if you're pulling for multiple things, woo, I don't know how you're gonna survive, but good luck to you guys. And of course, with these reruns, you're not gonna get the background music, you're not gonna get the event, you're not gonna get the poses or anything like that. So I'm really hoping that they're going to implement something in the year of 2026 where you can pick up the background music, you can pick up all of these different things. I would not be surprised if they added it into the game as something that you had to pay for. But who knows? Who knows? It's info. I wouldn't be surprised if you had to pay for it. TBH. I mean, come on. Anyway, continuing on, we have the rerun for Misty Invasion, which is going to excite everybody. Then we have Zane's Myth rerun. Then we have the multi-banner for Chishi, which is their version of Valentine's Day, which is very interesting. It's like we have 2 Valentine's Days in Love and Deepspace. Then we have Zane's birthday rerun, Caleb solo, multi without any branding, without any idea of what the topic is going to be. Then we're going to have Xavier's birthday rerun, then Dawn Embrace rerun, and then we're going to have Silas's Myth rerun. Dawn Embrace rerun, I don't know what this is. Somebody tell me what this is, because I don't know what this is. What is this? Is this? No. What is this? Guys, I don't know the names of the cards. Please forgive me in the comments. Somebody is gonna be like, girl, Dawn Embrace rerun is this. And I'll be like, oh, well, thank you for telling me. I didn't need the sass, though. So... Anyway, continuing on, Silas's Myth rerun, then we're going to have an unbranded multi again. These multis, I feel like they're going to probably do like collaborations with some people or whatever, because every year there's always collaborations. The third of solo rerun, which is Raphael into the... Wow, why is this multiple? Why is this multiple and the other ones were not? Third of solo rerun, Raphael into the canvas, Silas's Radiant Brilliance, Xavier's Silver Polyphony, and Caleb's Painful Signal. Now, this might actually be like any of these are possible, reruns here, but it's definitely going to be a rerun, so it may not mean all of these. And then we're going to get Raphael's solo in December. Then we're going to get multi rerun The Cat Caretaker. I know a lot of people are anticipating this one to come back. Then of course we're going to get the anniversary mix pool from December 29th until January 20th of 2027. Then Caleb Myth rerun. That's weird. And then Chinese Valade multi. Wait, Caleb Myth rerun. When is Caleb's new solo coming out? So we have here in part 1, Caleb's solo rerun. Okay. I mean, Caleb rerun for the Myth. His newest Myth has to be somewhere else, because I don't believe that they're going to rerun his Myth in 2026 and then have his new third Myth in 2027, because I'm guessing that this is not a rerun. I'm guessing that this is the real one, unless it's supposed to go in between somewhere here. I don't know. Very interesting. Anyway, so like this is the schedule that we're dealing with. I feel like 2026, for anybody who is an experienced Love and Deepspace player, will be very chill. It'll be very, very chill for everybody who's been playing this game for a while. You'll be able to like pick up cards here and there, but if you're a new player, this is gonna be back to back to back. Everything is like, every week is gonna be something different. And they're gonna have to come up with a way of keeping the game interesting, because during reruns, people get bored of the game. People get bored of the game for 7 days. Everyone's just complaining. And I really hope that they do something interesting, because my god, whenever it gets boring, that's when Twitter becomes a cesspool, like the cestiest of cesspools, and there's a lot of hate going around. That's what happens when people get bored, I swear to god. Anyway, that is pretty much it. You know what? They may or may not actually use this time for reruns to release more like story things. You know what would be crazy? If we got more anecdotes, if we got more Bond stories, if we got more main story during this time, because it's a year of reruns, right? They have to keep it exciting somehow, one way or another. One way or another. Anyway, I can't sing that song. Anyway, continuing on, that is pretty much it. Leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think they're going to release in tandem to all of the reruns, because the reruns are definitely going to be very, very slow times for the fandom. But it should be very, very entertaining. Alrighty everybody, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a like down below, and if you want to hit that subscribe button and subscribe to the channel, I would be forever thankful. And if you would like to join the Discord server, where a lot of Wow, I was saying my ending and my mic went mute. I don't know where I left off. So I'm just gonna say, hit that like button if you want to, hit that subscribe button if you want to, and if you want to join the Discord server, the link is in my bio. Alright everybody, I shall see you lovelies in the next video. Bye bye now.